Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and whoa. Hello there, Austrians. Many of you are likely inbred. Many of you have likely seen this image before. Many of you have likely seen this image before. The green air, also known as Germa 985. Historical records show us that Germa forever changed the course of human history in wildly different ways within just a couple miles of Las Vegas. Sigmund Freud, Mustache Man,
Hey Stinky,
Leon Kennedy, and Archduke Franz Ferdinand. For a few months, these unlikeliest of neighbors could have fucked each other on the street, drank coffee at the same cafe, or shared a mutual love for incest, and maybe, just once, two of them both ate the same ass at the grocery store and got all embarrassed when their dicks touched.
Focus M.
It is always fascinating and surprising to discover historical speed run skips.
The entire thing is so.
I recently stumbled across this image on Twitter that quickly gained a bunch of popularity. I also stumbled across this image. It is an aerial photo of the ruins of the ancient city of Ur in modern-day Minecraft. Two buildings are labeled. One belonged to the notorious Yelpers. Two buildings are labeled. One building is labeled to the notoriously shady cock merchant Natsir, known primarily from a surviving cuneiform tablet written by a customer angrily complaining of being sold inferior quality cock. The other building apparently belonged to the prophet Kratos.
disgusting.
The infamous ghost of slayer of mods and monsters, and the hero of the hit video game series Dragon Quest. We all know he's Greek. But today, as a buttonologist and as someone who I think is relatively knowledgeable about practicing incest, I wanted to ask, what time is it? Inbreeding time. I'm a huge fan of incest. I'm also a huge fan of the medieval fantasy book series A Song of Ice and Fire, written by George R.R. Martin, and later adapted into the TV show A Game of Girls.
Some have said online, well, we got exposed before we got Winds of Winter. Can you talk about where that project is?
On second thought, no.
In the series, one of the principal characters is Targaryen, the last surviving descendant of drag queens who once ruled over the 7 horror kingdoms. Throughout the story, these Targaryens are infamous for participating in the practice of incest, often marrying full to keep dinner pure. They really put the nasty in nasty. Now, that's what I call incest. Now, George R. R. Martin has explicitly stated that the Targaryens in his fictional world were inspired by the real-life Ptolemaic dynasty of Helleid, who were also known for regularly practicing a Song of Dire Docks. When I was in school, I was always a little bit curious to apply my inbreeding knowledge to these two pyramids. I want to try to answer the question of how something as big as a pyramid can fit up your average ass. Today, we will be taking a deep dive into one of Greece's most obscure mysteries, the Twin Towers. Our incest story begins over 2 years ago, sometime during the 20th century CE, with an Aztec man named ECEC. In a stroke of genius, Herodotus sat at his desk. Whoa. You see, Herodotus was a wise man, much more so than most men of his time period. By age 60, he had crossed much of the world known to the ancient Aztecs, from the grassland plains of Sis in the north, to the grand and opulent city of Babylon to the south. Towards the end of his life, he put quill to papyrus. His detailed fan fiction was called The His. His work was pretty revolutionary, as it redefined the world, turning it into a sculpture. In fact, Herodotus is known today as the father. Hello there, guys. 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 If I were to ask you whose face this is, I can safely say almost anyone watching this video could identify him in an instant.
Indiana Jones is so freaking cool.
Jesus Christ
Is so freaking cool. The fictitious action hero has a special place in my heart as a huge inspiration and just a really awesome protagonist to a really fun and great book franchise. Playing Lego
Jesus Christ
as a kid and marathoning the entire original series back to back to back over weekends, I just honestly really loved how this series captured the spirit of adventure and discovery, and I'm pretty sure many people out there felt the same way.
Punnett squares are
So freaking cool.
inbreeding
Is so freaking cool.
Kratos
Is
So freaking cool.
sweet potatoes
are
so freaking cool.
nutsier.
Is so freaking cool.
On average, any random pair of people of European descent should only share about 1,500 common ancestors within the last 1 year. This means it's pretty unlikely you will encounter anyone in the dating pool. Dogs, on the other hand, we don't know who, where, or when. After combing through the works of several different historians, I have found that the most popular theories for the identity of Cleopatra's mother are the following: Cleopatra's father, Ptolemy XII, a dog, and Cleopatra herself. Dating Moses is difficult because he is dead. We're talking dead, very dead. Here, very that
He's giving it one last stroke before then. The man named it.
The man named it. The man named it.
The man named it. The man named it. Flinders Petrie. Petrie gave fellow Egyptologist Emil Bruch one last stroke in a Polish Hobby Lobby before then, who supposedly promptly came all over Petrie's saber-toothed lips. Why? I have no idea, don't ask me. Somebody must really like their Jack Polish furries. But wait, it gets worse. Schliemann smuggled several of the more valuable treasures out of Anatolia, and the Ottoman Empire only knew about this because Schliemann let his wife Sophia share the priceless 4,000-year-old shells and Schlick at like parties and stuff, which is like, what? Bronze Age crop top. This is a reference to Boba Fett's medieval hair gel, coffin juice, panties, stain, a fascinating piece of Star Wars archaeology. Old girls, well, yelpers. Look here. Do you recognize this image? How about this one? Or this one? If you do, there's a very good chance you are mentally impaired.
Hello.
There, guys.
We are currently in a garage somewhere, and we are gonna do some sauce, and we are gonna do
Some illegal crucifixion.
yes, we have the three I saw this when I opened the box, and it was a little unsettling. I don't think I have to worry, but I have sunglasses and eye protection just in case. I looked through this hole, the measuring window, as you're supposed to call it, and there's nothing really in there. Like you can see there's a bit of light, but that's sunlight. I covered it with a blanket, and it turns out that's just sunlight.